Why does this show exist? The show I'm reviewing today. You know, a lot of people, some people have been asking me what's one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen, or the worst TV show I've ever seen. Well, I have seen several bad shows, but it's been hard for me to calculate which one's the worst. But I can't tell you some of the worst. But I'm going to tell you one of the worst I've ever seen. In fact, it's made by a company that's now has driven mad and is one of the worst companies in existence now. Nickelodeon. It's not the show though. It's a channel, of course. I'll get to what I mean by Nickelodeon in a little bit. But let's talk about what I'm doing so far. You know, a lot of people watch game shows. I don't watch game shows very much. Like I don't like watch shows that are being played like Deal or No Deal or all that. I have watched a few though. But I know two that I know most. I've watched Family Game Night that airs on the Hub, and Brainsurge. That is a TV show that is one of the worst I've ever seen, and I'm reviewing it today. This show is the exact opposite of Family Game Night. It's not fun. It's more. Instead of fun, it looks more creepy. The slime it's disgusting. It's just really horrible. Well, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Let's talk about Nickelodeon now. So far, Nickelodeon is one of the worst companies today. I don't know how, but I mean, they put lots of crap on their show, they've done lots of crap, making two animated movies that are on my worst list, the worst movie I've ever seen list. After destroying SpongeBob, like the newer SpongeBob, it sucks now. It's airing crappy shows like Sanjay and Craig, Breadwinners, Fanboy and Chum Chum, and it's worse. It's even airing Monsters vs. Aliens TV show. Now I haven't seen that show yet, but really, seriously, how many shows is Nickelodeon gonna make out of a DreamWorks movie? They've already made two so far. They've already done one on Kung Fu Panda and the Penguins of Madagascar, and those penguins from Madagascar. Really, we don't need any more of those shows. We already got two shows for that. Also, we have a lot of other terrible things they've done. Also, Nickelodeon is going high. The Breadwinner Show, has horrible animation, and even when Nickelodeon is in its commercial things, while we're waiting for another episode of a TV show, I accidentally came across Nickelodeon one day, and it had like geese and it's in the Nick sign in front of them. What the heck is wrong with you? I don't know where it began. Maybe it was something SpongeBob did. Maybe it was the piece of crap Last Airbender movie. Maybe it was the two worst movies I've ever seen. And the number one movie was made by Nickelodeon. You'll find out soon. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't want to do this. I don't know what happened to you, Nickelodeon, but you suck today. I don't know if it's because of Viacom or something you did. Maybe it was Truth or Square. Maybe it's one of the worst SpongeBob episodes you ever done. People are criticizing you for it. Just go watch Nicktoons. Get on the show Nicktoons. They have more classic shows now. In fact, the only show... I haven't watched the show Legend of Korra, but that's pretty much the only show people consider actually good to watch that need to be paid attention to on Nickelodeon now. And considering people really like Avatar, even I do, that's a pretty good idea. Just watch that, or watch the original, or go to Nicktoons and watch all that stuff. But before all that, there was 2009 for Nickelodeon, airing Fanboy Chum Chum and Truth or Square on the same day. But in that year, I was there to witness a horror game show that, to me, is one of the reasons Nickelodeon sucks today. Even its game shows aren't that good. That show was Brainsurge. Now in this review, I'm gonna compare it to what I said earlier, Family Game Night from the Hub, and it's in the cartoon Yours Truly. And I'm gonna tell you what both shows did wrong, because it seems like when Nickelodeon is doing everything wrong lately, ever since the Hub has started, ever since 2010, and My Little Pony and all its other shows that I like are on it. The Hub is one of my favorite channels. In fact, there are three major channels for kids on the... I learned from the mysterious Mr. Enter that there are three major channels for kids on the network now. That's Toon Disney, because they have Gravity Falls and Phineas and Ferb. Cartoon Network, because they have Adventure Time and Regular Show. And the Hub. I'll get to that later. You probably already know some of the shows I like on it, but I'll mention them later. But you probably guess it's Family Game Night, and you're right. But I'm going to tell you why. First of all, let's talk about the animatronics in the background of Brainsurge. They are creepy. There's like a big face of a boy that doesn't even look like human. He looks more like a cartoonish guy. And you have these seats where you have to sit down, and if you sit on the wrong seat, there's a farting sound and you go into the guy's mouth. And then there's I think I saw a video with this weird hand. And then there's this slime tube. Ugh. Let's talk about the slime. There are a lot of things that gross me out. And slime can sometimes be one of them. Unless it's gag or something, slime can gross me out. The green slime is already pretty disgusting. But the worst, when at the end of Brainsurge, whenever they're done, the ones who got eliminated from the finale, they are pushed down. They slide down a tube filled with white slime, and they just exit. That slime is some of the worst slime I've ever seen, and the most weirdest. First of all, it doesn't look like slime at all. It looks like bubbling and foamy shaving cream. Ugh. Also, have you heard of Jeff Stupin? Me either. He's a pretty forgettable guy. I don't even know what else he's been in. Okay, I do, but I've never heard of him. You probably haven't heard of him either, except if you watch this show. Now, I don't know the host of Family Game Night, but he's a more fun host. He's enjoyable, and he really helps you with the games and stuff. And this, I don't remember him. I just don't remember him being any help to the celebrities or any of the kids there. Also, it has the weirdest music I've ever seen. Also, I do not like farting and stuff. And the concept of it is so horrible. You have to remember to do a memory game, or else these weird things will happen to you. Also, you have to jump on these square boards. You have to do them with your feet. It's like a dancing. I don't know what they're called, but you probably have to do that. One of the worst letdowns in Brainsurge Tv, I think I remember, was a celebrity Brainsurge. It's barely any of the celebrities made it. They weren't even trying, I don't think. There was only Spencer from iCarly and that weird guy from True Jackson VP. Weird supporting boy. But even that weird supporting boy, he just when he missed the target, he just looked like he got electrocuted. What? I never seen that in another episode. I don't remember them putting out that rule. You can't. I see if they just didn't make it, but I don't remember the kids they were just staying like that. Family Game Night. They do this better. They have enjoyed it. The reason the games are so boring in Brainsurge is because Family Game Night has more creative games, popular games, that make them more likable. And the host is pretty memorable. He's enjoyable. And Family Game Night is also enjoyable because you can bring two of your families and you can get something really awesome. Sorry. I guess it's a minor action. Also, I'll admit, Brainsurge does have pretty good prices, but Family Game Night has better, like vacations and many other things. It's cool. You can even go to Florida Resort or SeaWorld, I think. And the games are easy to track. I'm not a fan of memory games. That's something you have to know about me. So, and it seems like the Hope is getting everything right now. They got great movies you can watch on there, and even the TV shows are great. That's why the Hub, Toon, Disney, and Cartoon Network are pretty much shows that are dominating it now. Let's talk about some shows on the Hub besides Family Game Night that are good. There's My Little Pony, of course, Transformers Prime, Dan vs. Pound Puppies, and some old shows that now are on the Hub, like The Haunting Hour, Goosebumps, many others. For all you fans out there, Movie Maker C, if you and me are a fan of Goosebumps, we can watch it. We can either watch it on Netflix or we can watch it on the Hub. Just watch the Hub, Toon, Disney, or Cartoon Network if you want to watch good shows these days. Do not watch Nickelodeon's crap. Brainsurge aired from 2009 to 2011. And it has a spin-off, Family Brainsurge. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't want to. Do not watch this show, okay? I give this piece of crap a 1 out of 10. Don't watch it. Just go watch Family Game Night, or if you wanna be a family and watch game shows that are fun. And this is Chase Time signing out, and be sure to join me for our next review of A Bat, one of the worst movies I've ever seen, Sanctum. See ya, pop culture.